Hi, everybody. I wanted to share with you some features of my Adirondack chair, some ways that I like to build them that are different than your typical design. Let's start with the back. Obviously, the traditional way of doing an Adirondack chair is to have kind of a boring curve, what is it, like this around the back. I find that a little bit boring. I like to try different designs. This one is extra high and it has the 45-degree slant on 4 pieces of wood. I try to feature some of the nicest knots and interesting patterns of the wood in the back of the chair. The arms are number 2. There's a lot of different ways you could cut the Adirondack chair arms. One thing that's not negotiable is the rounded front. I mean, that's just classic. You got to keep that. But you could curve it in like I've done, because leaving the wood up here would be kind of pointless. It doesn't really help anything unless you want the whole arm to be a big fat table. Right now you can see it's still big enough to put your drink on or your laptop on, which is key. But I've tapered it in a little here. And then again, the 45-degree cut at the end. I've left quite a bit of excess arm in the back, just because I like that look. Underneath the arm, you've got to cut this piece at an angle so that this arm can rest on it flat. I didn't get perfectionist about it. The cut isn't perfect, but it's enough to let it screw in and rest flat while it's at that angle. So that is standard. But what's not standard, again, is the way you design the arm. A lot of different ways to do it. And the back, you could play around with that. Sometimes I like to have really unusual shapes, like one sticking up and one down, and whatever comes to mind, or whatever the wood kind of tells me what to do. I make them out of all upcycled wood. These are all pieces of wood people have thrown away. Here is the biggest difference in my design. Under the arm, a lot of people put this 2x4 the other way, and then they need a support piece under the arm so that it won't wobble. I like to turn the 2x4 this way, and I put the support piece here to make sure this 2x4 is held in strong, and then a front plate also to keep the 2x4 strong. I think that looks better, and you won't find anyone doing that. I've never seen anyone else do it that way, but I like that design a lot better. I think it's kind of lame when the Adirondack chair has a thin 2x4 going this way, and then it has like this curved support piece of wood for the arm. I don't like the look of that. So the front board, you can see, is kind of a showpiece. This is some oak from an oak pallet, and you can see it's screwed in to the arm, the 2x4, and also into the front here. It just gives it a nice finished look on the front, and it also fits well with over your legs. A little more finishing work here. You can see the first seat panel has been cut at an angle. Oh, here's one last important tip. This is flat. Another annoying trend in the Adirondack chair, or the chair business, is to make this somehow curved over the front, or to make the back curved somehow. That does not add anything to the comfort, in my opinion. I think this flat surface and the flat surface, you can't get any better than that on your back. All right, those are all my tips for Adirondack chair building. Hope you Hope you take the ones you like and throw out the ones you don't. Bye.